Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my video series on data science. Today we are exploring regression, a key technique in data analysis and machine learning that help us understand the relationship between the variables and make predictions. From estimating prices to forecasting trends, regression is essential to make data-driven insights. Let's start with linear regression, also known as simple linear regression. This approach focuses on finding the relationship between a single independent variable or a predictor and one independent variable or a response variable. We can represent this relationship in a linear equation like this: y equals to beta naught plus beta 1 x, where y is a dependent variable, x is the independent variable, b naught is the intercept term or the constant term, and b1 is the slope of the line. Let's look at a quick example. Suppose we want to predict a person's weight based on their height. In this case, the height is the independent variable and weight is the dependent variable. Our simple linear regression model looks something like this. Now we can estimate the person's weight based on the person's height by putting the height value into this equation. But first we need to find the value of b0 and b1, the regression coefficients. Let's see how to find the values of these coefficients. Sum of squares of xx measures the total variation in the independent variable x, and sum of squares of xy represent the covariance between x and y. By dividing these two terms, we get the first coefficient, that is beta 1. To calculate beta naught, we put the value of beta 1 in this equation along with the x mean and y mean. Now let's discuss the formula for sum of squares. It is similar to calculating variance and covariance. We can also simplify and rewrite them like this. You can use either of the equation for your calculation. Now let's take an example. We have a dataset that contains two variables. Independent variables is driving experience in years, and dependent variable is monthly auto insurance premium in dollars. So we need to train a machine learning model that can predict the monthly auto insurance premium based on the driving experience. For ease of calculation, we first create a table like this. It contains the values of x, y, xy, x square and y square. And in the last column we have taken the summation of all. Now we can put these values into the sum of squares equations. For example, for sum of squares of xy, summation of xy is 4739, summation of x is 90, summation of y is 474, and n is the total number of instances in a dataset, that are 8. So we calculate the sum of squares of xy. Similarly, we will put the values in sum of squares of xx and calculate its value. Once we calculate the sum of squares, we can now calculate the regression coefficients. So now we have put the values of sum of squares in beta 1 equation. And we got the slope negative 1.547. Similarly, we calculated the beta naught and we have the value 76.66. So based on these two regression coefficients, our linear regression equation can be written as y equals to 76.66 minus 1.547 times x. Beta naught, or the intercept, represent the predicted value of a dependent variable when independent variable equal to 0, indicating the starting point of the regression line. The beta 1, or the slope, shows how much the dependent variable is expected to change for each 1 unit increase in the independent variable. It also reflects the direction of their relationship. Negative sign reflects that if one variable increases, the other decreases. So in simple terms, if we increase 1 unit in our independent variable, it will cause 1.547 units decrease in our dependent variable. We can also represent their relationship using a scatter plot. Here the blue dots are the data points and the green line is the regression line that we have calculated. We can see the downward trend of the data, and the R coefficient shows a negative and a moderate to high correlation. where R2 score is 0.59, which means that the independent variable can explain 59% of the variance in the dependent variable. For further details and formulas, please watch Day 16 correlation analysis. Now let's take things a step further with multiple regression. This approach extends simple linear regression by using two or more independent variables to predict the dependent variable. It's more complex, flexible model that allows us to capture additional factors affecting our outcome. The equation of multiple regression looks something like this. Here y is a dependent variable, x1, x2 till xn are the independent variables. b0 is the intercept, while b1, b2 till bn are the coefficients for each independent variable. Now let's see an example to make this clear. For example, we want to predict a person's weight not just based on the height but also on their age and daily calorie intake. Here height, age and calorie intake are the independent variables while weight is the dependent variable. So our multiple regression model would look like this. With more predictors, this model can potentially capture more detailed relationships, giving us a better understanding of what influences our dependent variable. Let's discuss how to calculate the coefficients of multiple regression. For a regression model that has two independent variables, the equation of the coefficient would look something like this. Here we can see that these are more complex than the simple linear regression model. We calculated only the sum of squares of x and xy, but here we need to calculate 5 sum of squares for x1, x2, x1y, x2y and x1, x2. You also need to calculate 2 slopes instead of just one. Let's solve an example for more better understanding. Here we have a dataset that contains one dependent variable and two independent variables x1 and x2. First we have calculated the sum and the mean of the 3 columns. Now we create the table as we did in the simple linear regression. But now this table has more values: x1 square, x2 square, x1y, x2y and x1 and x2. In the last row, we have calculated the sum of each column. Now using the sum of squares formula, we will calculate the sum of squares for x1, x2, x1y, x2y and x1, x2. Once we have the sum of squares, we can put them in this equation and calculate the regression coefficients. We have the first slope 3.14, second slope is negative 1.65 and the intercept is negative 6.86. Now the regression equation can be written as negative 6.86 plus 3.148 times x1 minus 1.65 times x2. Let's interpret these coefficients. When both independent variables are equal to 0, the mean value of y is minus 6.867, which is our intercept. We can interpret the first slope as a 1 unit increase in x1 is associated with 3.14 units increase in y on average, assuming that x2 is held constant. Similarly, we can interpret the second coefficient, which is negative. A 1 unit increase in x2 is associated with 1.65 units decrease in y on average, assuming that x1 is held constant. Now let's have a quick look at regression implementation in Python using scikit-learn library. First, we will import some necessary libraries. For example, linear regression from sklearn.linear model. We have a dataset that contains students' mid and final marks. Based on the midterm marks, we need to create a model that can predict the final marks. After filling the missing values, we have separated the dependent and independent variable. First, we will reshape the data according to the model's requirements. Now we will split the data into two parts, training and testing, using train test split method. We have defined test size equal to 0.25, which means 75% of data would be used for training and 25% would be used for testing. We will create a regression model and train it with the training data by using fit function. Let's print the regression coefficients. So here are the values. We can calculate the R2 score as well as the training and testing errors. It means that our model can predict the unseen data with an error margin of plus minus 9.2. We will learn more about this matrix in the performance evaluation matrix section. Finally, we have our data points and the estimated regression line in a scatter plot. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more videos on data science and AI. See you next time.